Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of the $5 Thrift Challenge, where I took a single $5 bill to the thrift store, bought one single item, and then I sold that piece for profit, used that profit to buy more items, and I have been constantly thrifting and reselling until we've gotten to the point now where we are at over $1,000 of profit in our bank. My goal is to hit $10,000 with that single $5 investment, and we're really well on our way to getting there. I have been in the process of moving. I've been living out of a suitcase for a month, and this is the first video I'm filming in our new home. I'm in the living room. There's a lot of work to be done. It's a big work in progress. I'm stressed out, but the show must go on. We're going thrifting today. I am so excited to see what kind of thrift stores we have now in our new Detroit metro area that we're living in. We're moved from Indianapolis. So we're gonna see what we can find at the thrift store today, but I do have to update you guys because we've sold a few pieces since the last time I talked to you. So last week we ended the episode with $1,026.77 in our challenge bank. So that is the profit we have. We also had, I think, 46 different items still listed from that initial $5 investment. All this money has been reinvested into the challenge. So since last episode, we have sold this vintage chunky white sweater that I picked up in Ohio at the bargain box. I think this was like $1, maybe $1.25. This sold for $30, leaving us with $26.62 heading into the challenge bank, which I think is amazing. Then we sold that Banana Republic, that brown velvet blazer I found, and this sold for full asking price for $49.99 on eBay, and that leaves us with $40.56 of profit heading into the challenge bank. Then I sold that Lululemon Swiftly, the pink piece, and that sold for $28 on eBay as well, giving us $26.18 after all of the fees, after shipping, all of those things. And so that's heading into the challenge bank. Then an exciting sale, we sold the pair of MMY sneakers. The name of this is, I believe, Japanese, the Mason Mihara Yasuhiro shoes. These sold for $128 on eBay. That was such a great sale. That was such a good find. I found that at the Warsaw, Indiana Goodwill. And from that $128, make $108.99 heading into our challenge bank. So challenge bank looking healthy. Then the vintage Eddie Bauer wool blend, that red coat that I picked up also at the bargain box, that sold for $55 on Poshmark, giving us $44 heading into the bank. And the last thing that sold since last week in the challenge was the pair of Crocs, the classic Crush rain boots that I found, those really chunky pink rain boots, sold for $45 on Poshmark, giving us $36 heading into the challenge bank, bringing our grand total of what's in the challenge bank to $1,309.12. Really great, really healthy amount in the challenge for sure. And we started all this, must I remind you, with $5 initial investment. So if you're making excuses that you can't afford to thrift and resell, really, this is how you do it. You start with very little investment and you use the money, you reinvest the money, right? So that way you're not out of pocket all these costs. And then I still have 40 items listed. But as I was writing down all these things, okay, I've been in the middle of moving, my brain has been scattered, I realized I haven't listed a single thing from the last challenge episode. Good thing I realized it, but I haven't even pictured those items. So today the goal is not to find a crazy amount at the thrift store, like I'm already a little bit drowning under all of the work to be done, but find a few good pieces, get the lay of the land. This is a scouting mission. I'm taking you guys on this scouting mission with me. We're gonna see what it's like here in the area. I'm gonna hopefully find a few good pieces, see what it's like, and then I'll come home and take pictures of everything. So if you wanted something from the last challenge episode, I'm so sorry. I've been behind for sure. So gonna get all those things pictured. Jeremy said he would help me picture them, bless his heart, list those things, and then we'll be in good shape again. Cause I mean, I should have way more than 40 pieces listed because I haven't even listed any of those pieces from last episode. So we're probably looking like more like 50 to 60 items. Long story short, I've dropped the ball this week, that's okay. And this is the first sneak peek you have into our new house. Can you see the mantle? Y'all, stay tuned. Once there's fewer boxes in our home, hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit of a tour for you guys. That should be fun. And just as a little sneak peek, our house was built in 1926. Pretty cool pieces everywhere, pretty cool woodwork. Okay, let's head to the thrift store. Meet you guys there, and I'll take you with me, of course. Okay, so we made it to the Salvation Army outlet store. While we were looking at houses, we did a house hunting trip up in this area, and I came here to this outlet store one time, and it also has a thrift store attached to it, like a normal store. So we're gonna start in the outlet side, but it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so we might not find anything. We'll see though. Last time I found a lot of good stuff. The pricing here is going to be really inexpensive. I think it's like $1.99 per pound. I'll double check once we get inside. And then the retail side is like a normal thrift store where you pay like $5 to $10 probably per item. And so we're gonna start in the outlet. We're gonna dig through some bins today. This is the first bins trip of the series, and I think it's gonna go well. So I have a few things to drop off donations wise, so I'm gonna drop those off, head into the outlet, and let's go see what we can find, okay? So I just talked about these actually in last episode, I think, which was bogs with that little pull-on strip. And double checked. Oh, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. Down in there though, it says BOGS. So even though these are a kid's pair, I still have found bogs and then resold them for like 25 to 30 bucks. So I think that that will be a good grab. And I double checked and it's $1.59 per pound here. So should be doing good. I'm gonna do a little look-see through the shoe section probably first because I'm a sucker for a shoe. And then we'll go into the clothing and maybe bags as well. There are so many shoes here. I don't know if you can see all this. So many shoes. Absolutely insane. And nobody else is looking through them, which, I mean, usually is a bad sign. It means somebody else has already gone through everything, but I don't know. Sometimes you still can find some gems. These are a cute little pair of little sandals from Steve Madden. It's a little out of season, but I mean, they're still cute. I really like these little gold ballet flats. They're a size 6.5, real leather. From the brand, I don't even know this, Gilace, Gilace. I think I'm gonna leave them behind because they do have quite a bit of wear on the inside, but for myself, I would totally pick those up. There's a lot of good pieces here, like things that either didn't sell in the store or are just excess donations, and so you really can find some gems, like, oh, these are cool Crocs. Honestly, they might have a little bit of wear to them, but look like they're not in terrible condition. And so some things here are going to be trashed, but not everything. And if you really look through and dig through, you can find some good stuff usually. Oh, look. Okay, I already found this one Sorel. There's another Sorel over there that I just saw. They have a little bit of wear, but they might actually be a good pickup. They're really hefty, really chunky. So I might grab it. Sounds like there's an argument going on the other side of the store. Love that for me. Okay. Me not knowing what to do when somebody's screaming on the other side of the store. Scary, scary, scary. Okay. There's the other one. Put those in the cart. Still screaming. But I've seen like 3 different pairs of Uggs. These ones are a little bit in rough condition. I bet I could clean them up. I just don't want to. I don't want another project. But these Uggs are really kind of cute though. These navy ones. They look to have some wear to them, but I mean, for probably like $3, I'm gonna throw those in. They actually might be not by the pound for shoes. I think they might actually be like, I don't know, like per pair here. I feel like I remember something about that. But there's just Uggs everywhere. Like, I love selling an Ugg. They usually do well for me, so I'll stick those to the side. Probably now I need to look through this whole bin, because if there's one thing I know, it's that shoes do well. I saw something over here. Oh yeah, these flip-flops. I'm gonna look at these, but if they're in good condition, of course I'm gonna pick those up. Those are exciting. A little culture shock for you. Who knew? But don't you worry, I must still be in this bin, digging like a little raccoon. Nothing, whole bunch of nothing. There's gotta be something good in here. Kelly and Katie. Maybe I'll just tell you what I'm finding. A single Steve Madden, soft with 2 Fs. What are you? Franco Sarto, really worn. Michael Kors. It's a no from me. Simply Vera by Vera Wang. Very different from the white Vera Wang dress I found last week. Skechers. These are little Crocs flip-flops. I don't think so, though. St. John's Bay. I'm going to throw those back. Easy Spirit. What are you? Earth shoes. Pair of Crocs. Little pink ones, but one half has a little mermaid tail, and the other half has a little dolphin, which, I mean, is pretty cute. I might honestly just grab the dolphin gibbet and see if it's an actual gibbet. If it is, then maybe I'll give it to my niece or something. Yeah, it's a real gibbet. Might grab that for them. Mismatch of frogs. One light blue, one darker blue. Love that. Put the gibbet in the cart. Shut up. So exciting. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Is this for real? Okay, okay. Okay, let me get it unhooked, make sure they're in good condition. But that's the best thing of the day so far. How exciting. Little pair of heels, but these are from Paul Green. That's exciting. It looks like the bottoms are in really good condition too. Nothing wrong with them. Amen, am I right? What size are you? Size 6? I think Paul Green has different sizing though. So Paul Green, I think this is probably more like a women's size 8. So excited. Just like that, the hunt is on. I'm reinvigorated. I was a little worried there for a hot minute. Got a little scared. But I'm reinvigorated now. My little evil laugh, oh my gosh. Some little bear traps, sandals. Let me know, guys, do you enjoy more so when I like hold things up for you and show you, or when I'm like in the bin showing you? It's a little hard to do the in the bin showing you because that's a lot of footage to sort through, but I could do some more of that. Let me know what your thoughts are. Whew, now we're getting into some stuff at the back. Let's dig. Okay, cuties. Look at these cute little sorrels. Nobody grabbed these? Am I going crazy? How adorable are those? Cute. I'm grabbing those. On the list of things I was expecting to find inside of a boot today, whatever that is was not on it. Let's see what it is. Huh. Of course. A Stegosaurus. A classic boot fixture. Yes, bunny. That's hilarious. This pair of slippers, boys lie, kind of stink. Why does that make me so happy? It's so funny. So this is very interesting and would be a first for me to find in the bins. But I just saw these, and at first I thought they were vitamins, but they actually are paint. And the crazy thing is, I just went to the paint store because we're painting places in our house, and this was probably my favorite color that I was thinking about getting. I don't know if you can see this, but it's called Clary Sage, okay? I have 3 different greens. I swear to you, I hope you can read this. It might be hard to tell, but one of these paint samples is literally Clary Sage. The other one is recycled glass, which is also kind of cute though. I think I'm gonna buy some paint in the bins today. Was not expecting it, but you know, when it's literally the exact same color that I was thinking about buying already in the bins, this is probably like $2. Let's buy it. So I've been digging through the clothes for a good long while, and I found little to nothing. It's not probably the best time of the day to be here, but I did find this little Tommy Bahama piece right here. It's size small, it's 100% silk. If I look it over and I don't find any stains, I might grab it. It's so lightweight, it might be worth it. And then I also found this little kids leather vest, which I think is really cute. It's from the brand Roper. Not sure about that one either. I just found this little Steve Madden coat, which I think is cute. There are a couple of random things of clothing I found in my cart. It's generally, mostly still just shoes. So I'm gonna go through, I think, and see what things I have in the cart, sort the cart, and then decide. I have a few things that are stained. Decide if I want to put in the effort to try to actually, you know, get the stains out, see if that'll come out. But I'm feeling like that is probably it for me. Although literally right there I see a Brighton bag, so let me grab that. But then I'll show you guys everything else I get when we get home. Okay friends, we're back home from the Salvation Army. It's the next day, and welcome to my basement, AKA my storage room now. I have all of my inventory inside. My last house I had it all in the garage, so this is honestly quite the improvement. You can't look behind you, it's a mess. But behind me looks pretty good. Okay, at the Salvation Army outlet, I thought it went really well. Met some subscribers, if that was you. I remember some names. Amy in particular, you were so helpful. Thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you. But I spent $22.03 at the Salvation Army outlet. And then I was looking at this receipt literally right now to subtract it from our challenge bank, and I realized I think they only charged me for 1 pair of shoes instead of the 7 pairs of shoes that I got. So So I really think they undercharged me, which I mean is good for the challenge bank, but does not make me feel like that's amazing. Maybe I'll go and give them a little donation later. We'll see what I can do about that. But I spent $22.03. I got 11 pounds at $1.59 per pound, and then they charged me for one pair of shoes. But I have 7 of those, so I will show you guys everything we got right now. When we subtract that $22.03 from our challenge bank, our new total going into the next episode is $1,287.09. Still well over $1,000. So excited about that. Okay, let's talk about what I picked up. I got some goodies. There was a lot of digging, and I've now realized I did go at the wrong time of day. They didn't do a single flip while I was there. I didn't really get any fresh items, but I still was able to dig through people's scraps of trash and find good pieces. Starting with this pair of shoes, I'm so excited about these. These were really probably the most exciting thing I found, other than that little can of paint sample. Has finding a paint sample in the Goodwill outlet ever been more electric as a viewer? Was it just me? I was on fire. I thought these were such a good find as well. These little black pumps, these heels from Paul Green in the bins. At the end of the day, no one else grabbed them. So pleased by this. Also, there were so many shoes there. It was absolutely insane. And they redo them at least once or twice a day, they said. So if anybody is like, oh yeah, you guys are stealing from the poor as a reseller, point them towards the Goodwill outlet, point them towards the Salvation Army outlet. It is insane how much stuff there is. These are in a size 6. I'm fairly confident that the sizing for Paul Green is like a UK size, and so that would mean that these are a women's size 8. But these are beautiful. I looked them up, and I think they're called what? They're like the, ooh, I already forgot. The Nicolette heel is what these are called. They look like they're in great shape. They should resell for around $35 to $50. I'll probably list around 50 and then hope to make like 35, but that already would cover literally everything I spent today at the Goodwill outlet. I'm gonna say Goodwill outlet so many times. At the Salvation Army outlet. This is the first time I've been to a Salvation Army outlet, this location. This is my second time there, and I've been to a Goodwill outlet so many times it's not even funny. So it's gonna take a little bit of getting used to. But the next pair of shoes I grabbed was this pair of Vionics. These kind of like a little black suede leather kitten heels. These are really nice as well. A little pump with a pointed toe. The bottoms are in impeccable condition. Like, have these ever even been worn? Perhaps not. They look a little bit dusty and stuff from just being inside the bins, but I think that they literally probably have never been worn. They look amazing. These are the Josie, and they're in a size 8.5. Love selling Vionics. Pretty good bread and butter, probably $25, $35 in these that I can squeeze out. And when you're in the bins, you just kind of take what you can get. So I also was picking up, I was looking for boots, and I found quite a few good pairs of boots, and then I really whittled down what I took home with me. But I also, when you're in the bins, like if you find a pair of flip-flops, you're gonna grab them if they're in great shape and a good brand, because also people have been saying some of the things I've been grabbing have been out of season. What I have found in my reselling business is that I buy things all year round and list all year round, because even though I live in the United States, I do sell internationally through eBay and things like that. But also there's a lot of parts of the country that are much warmer than where I live. Right now it's freezing here in Michigan, but in like Florida or California, people are still looking for sandals, and I sell a lot of things to California. And so I find that it doesn't really affect when things sell in particular, but I know some people like to only list when they're in the season that they're currently in and wherever they're living. Long story short, I list all year round. So finding a pair of FitFlops was very exciting. I love FitFlop. They usually sell super well, and they have a great sell-through rate for me. I don't think I have a single pair listed. And if I do have any listed, they usually sell within the first 30 days of me listing them. So finding a pair that has a little thong sandal, looks like a patent leather, black, classic color scheme, should do well. These are in a women's size 9. And again, once I give them a little scrub-a-dub scrub, I think that they'll look brand new. So this is the thing I have to say about the bins. This bins location in particular, I felt like it was a little bit dirty compared to what I'm used to. Everything was a little bit dirty. So sometimes I don't even wash everything I take from the bins. I don't normally wash anything I get at Goodwill unless it's dirtied or soiled, but I will do a little bit of scrubbing, especially on the shoes, and then I probably will wash almost everything unless it was brand new from the bins. But this little pair of Sorel Sorels I thought was so darling. Look how cute these are. These cute little like kiddo sized Sorels. It looks like they could probably be unisex, maybe lean a little bit more boyish, but they're just so tiny and so adorable. Like, look how small it is. I love that. Anything small, I'm a sucker for. Little Velcro on the front. And then these are in a USA size 7 or a European 24. So, I mean, I'll look these up, do a little research, but I mean, probably 25 bucks for these as well. I do have a nephew that these might fit, so I might save them for him, but we'll see after I check the comps. I'm doing a lot of shoes. Let's jump into the clothing too, because I did find some good clothes, especially at the end. I hit up some bins that must have been like where people throw their things back when they're sorting their carts. It was right over by the checkout, which makes sense. And I found a lot of my best items over there. The first thing I grabbed was this little kid's North Face coat, which is absolutely adorable, in rough condition. And this is the thing, I have lots of different streams of revenue for my business. You guys see me selling things on Poshmark and eBay and Depop majority for this challenge, but I also will take things like that into the North Face for Nude program, where I will collect tons of North Face pieces that I thrift for cheap, and then I take them into the store and they give me gift cards for bringing things in like that. And you can do that too as just a regular shopper as well. But they were doing a special for heading into Christmas time and like the winter. And if you brought in a piece of outerwear, they're giving you an extra $10. So for like most things, they give you like $10, $15 of in-store credit. Some things give you more. Like I brought in a vest and they gave me, I think, 40 bucks for it. So like, it can really add up. I literally bought myself a new winter coat for this winter and a pair of gloves just by finding cheap things in the bins, like that little tiny North Face piece, and then stacking them up, bringing them in, maybe spending like 30 bucks in gear to take in, and then they give you like $300 of gift cards. It's really worth it, actually, in my opinion. So that's one of the things you do. You could also take things from the bins into like a Plato's Closet, a buy sell trade location, and make some money by just doing some in-store trades there. There's so many different ways to do this business. Okay, I found these in the throwback section, and I was pretty jazzed about these because these are a pair of denim overalls. I love selling overalls. They usually do pretty well for me, especially denim. I'm not talking like jumpsuits. Those have really fallen off. But a nice pair of denim overalls in a good size and a good brand. These are plus size. They're a size 26. They're from Old Navy, which I don't always pick up, but in the bins and Nuit tags was worthwhile. So pair of Nuit tags, size 26, plus size women's overalls, Nuit tags. It doesn't have the original price on it because they were sold on oldnavy.com, but they're clean. They're in perfect condition. And I would assume I will sell these on eBay, and things like this generally go fast for me. I'll probably resell them for like $25, $35, somewhere in there. I'll look up comps as I list them. And that's the other thing too. If you guys are ever interested in exactly what I list something for, then go ahead and check out any of my closets, my Poshmark, my eBay, my Depop. They're all listed in the description box below. So feel free to look. You don't have to buy anything, but if you just want to know what I actually ended up listing things at, I usually will do a lot more research while I'm listing to figure out exactly what the comps look like, and then I'll list from there. I did pick up this pair of Gymshark leggings, which I never pick up Gymshark. It just doesn't sell super well, sometimes not even fast. But in the bins, I was tempted by this. It feels like brand new Gymshark ombre leggings. They're seamless. I was thinking that I could give these to my cousin who has been wanting more leggings. Rachel, if you're watching this, let me know. I think these will fit her, and they are really good quality. So I think I'm going to give those to her. And then I also found, I think in that throwback section too, this really cute little quilted cinch waist coat. And I can't tell if this is navy blue or black. I have the hardest time differentiating those colors, but I thought this was really kind of cute actually, with the little curved hem, got the hood, got all these little nice features. And this is from Steve Madden, which I leave Steve Madden behind a lot of the time. In the bins is the most likely I am to pick up something from Steve Madden, whether it be a pair of shoes or a bag or a coat. A coat for clothing, at least, is probably going to be one of the most expensive things you can find to resell. And so this looks like it's in great condition. It's also a size extra large, so the bigger the size, the better. And I was looking at comps. I think that will probably resell between 35 and 50 bucks, which again, I spent $22 for absolutely everything in this haul. So we're feeling pretty good about that. Then we have two more pairs of boots, and we have this little pink pair of Sorels, which I mean, I think I'm gonna be finding a lot of really good winter gear here in Michigan, a lot of more outdoorsy pieces for sure than when I was living in Indianapolis. These are in a size 4, so I think getting pretty close to like a big girl, like, or an adult size on the edge there. So a bigger shoe should do well. And then it also has those little like elastics in the front there. So I was looking at comps. I think these should resell between $25 and $35. And then absolutely shocking to me, these bogs, I know that they look so unassuming, but whenever you see the little orange circle on the outside, that's usually a good sign that this is probably a bog. But this style is really popular and it's been ripped off a lot, but these are bogs themselves. Like, these are the actual, the real deal, the Kleenex of the facial tissues, and these look really good. I want to show you down the shoe so you can kind of get an idea of what the logo looks like on the inside. Wow, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that at all, but it says Bogs on the inside, and then on the side here it is the K, so Kids York Solid. It's an infant's size 8, a European size 24. These are going to be easy to clean up. I have a utility sink behind you. What a day. I am so excited to have a utility sink, but these are gonna be easy to clean up. These retail for like $90, almost $100 for a pair of kids' little winter boots, but these would be perfect for playing out in the rain, in the snow, anything. Those are great. Those are waterproof. We love to see it. But the resale on Bogs, even a kid's pair like that, I saw going for around $35 on eBay. So I'm assuming they'll probably sell for me around that. I said I didn't want to grab much, and then I feel like I grabbed a ton of things, but I spent $22. So it really feels like it was worthwhile. Next up is that little Brighton bag I saw poking out at me while I was filming my little outro saying, hey, we're gonna leave now. I didn't make sure that the zipper worked, but it looks like it's intact. It is a cute little holiday themed Brighton bag. I will probably just throw this up for around 20 bucks. As I was pulling this out to show you guys, I saw that there's a little bit of like fraying to the edges of the straps. Not super bad, but it was enough that I was like, oh, maybe I should have double checked that before I bought it, but that's okay. I'm still gonna list that. A little bit of cleaning to do on these as well. Like, why am I giving myself so many projects? Not the time to be doing a lot of projects other than house projects, but what can you do? These are a pair of oboes. I had one in my cart for a while, and then I gave up on them, threw one back, and within the next like 10 seconds found the other one, and I was like, of course, and so then I had to go back and find the one I threw back. Long story short, I found both. They look like they could use a little bit of suede brushing and then a little bit of cleanup on the black on the front, but oboes are nice hiking shoes. Again, more outdoorsy equipment, and I picked these up because the bottoms look really good. So I do think that they're in great shape. I just need to clean them up a little bit, and then they'll do wonderful. The last time I had a pair of oboes, I think I sold them for around 50 bucks, so not too bad. These are a size men's 11 or a European 44 and a half. So I will list those, and as I list these, especially like on eBay as well, they give you a spot where you can put in the US size, but also the UK size and the European size. And I like to fill in as many different things as I can, especially on eBay, because there are international buyers out there or people that are buying that are from a different cultural background, and sometimes they feel more comfortable looking things up in a European size than in a US size, and that's totally fine. So the more information I can give them, the better. How many more pieces do I have? I was just, chatting with a lady as I was digging through the bins, and I think it was her first time there maybe. Anyways, I like to talk, I like to chat as I'm in the bins with people, and we were talking about reselling. She's not a reseller, but she's like, oh, you're a reseller? I just found a pair of Lululemon leggings back there, and I didn't pick them up because they're not my size. Do you want them? And I was like, yeah, of course I do. That'd be great. So she went and grabbed these for me, and that's why you make friends at the bins, because sometimes they just aren't looking for the same things you are. But she grabbed these they're just like a little pair of capris, but they're super soft. And there's not much like pilling between the legs. So I do think they're an older pair for sure, but they're really nice. And I'm like, okay, if we're in the bins, but I felt like this was a great opportunity to pick this up. They're in a size 6. I found the size dot in the little pocket in the waistband. These aren't gonna be like crazy money, but if we're in the bins, even like 15, 20 bucks, that's how much I paid for everything. So I feel good about that. Then I found this style-based pickup, which I feel like people are going to love. The girlies are gonna love it. It is this vintage Y2K. Like, I feel like this looks like a longer shirt to me because it's really short in the middle, and then it has these longer sides. Very popular in the Y2K aesthetic. This pink and kind of orange swirl going on, a very silky material. I'm kind of shocked that this was still there, honestly. And it was a size medium. And so I think too that this is going to be really popular amongst a certain demographic, a young demographic. List this on Depop, list this on eBay. I'm assuming this will get snatched up in the first 24 hours. But the brand on this is Finesse, which I have no idea what that is. Didn't really matter to what I was doing, because I do think I'm gonna list that just as the actual like aesthetic that I'm thinking, the Y2K aesthetic. Then I have 3 kids items here. One that I think I'm gonna keep at least, but this one is this cutie pie little onesie, shortsy, but it's from Baby Bowden, Mini Bowden. I don't know if you can see it there on there, but I mean, Bowden is expensive. This is size 6 to 12 months, but I just thought that was really darling, so I'm gonna throw that one in the wash. I also found this little dress, which I thought was darling, with the little ruffles, cutie pie little dress. This is from T, and it's in a size 3T. T is a really nice brand for children's items as well. They usually make like a lot of bamboo things as well, and parents go crazy for that stuff. So I'm gonna maybe hold back that for me for the future, put it in our boxes, we'll see. And then the last thing I found was this really cool vintage Mickey Mouse and Friends sweatshirt. It does have stains on it, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a soak with maybe some like OxyClean or something like that, see if I can get the stains out. But I thought that was really cool, a really unique vintage piece for sure. And that's what the tag looks like. Very cool. No idea what the size is on that because it has been well worn. Love it, love to see it. And then the very last thing I got, other than those 2 little paint samples, which I am very excited to test out, was this piece. I don't know if I showed this because it is, again, a little bit stained, a little bit discolored. I'm gonna do some stain treatment on it. I'm gonna hit it with some Shout. I'm gonna see if I can find my Nellie's Oxy Booster and do a little bit of a soak with it. Hopefully, we'll see what I can find. This one might sit to work on for a little bit. Probably won't be up for sale right away, but this is a really cool kind of like, almost like Lagan look hoodie. But this is from Rag & Bone, which I was excited to find in the outlet. Very pleased with that. Love a Rag & Bone piece. I don't normally pick up any Rag & Bone jeans unless they're definitely like a newer style. Like if I find a Rag & Bone skinny jean, it's not exciting these days. But some pieces still can sell for good money, and I think that this piece is one of those. It's nice and thick. It's a little bit oversized Lagan look. Very trendy right now, I would say, and I thought it was really cool. So we'll see if I can get some of the discoloration out. I don't know if you can see it really on camera, but especially like along the seam, it's like a little bit yellower or orangey. So I'm gonna do a little bit of treatment on that for sure. See what I can do. Why'd I get so many things that need some love? Don't know. Not the season I'm in right now. Don't want to be giving a lot of these projects. But when things are cheap, I have a hard time saying no. But those were all the things I grabbed in the outlet today, the Salvation Army outlet. And hopefully that was fun to come thrifting with me there. It was quite a time. It was very unusual. There's a lot going on. And I did have fun though. So now I'm gonna do a little bit of stain treatment maybe. I need to go picture everything from last week's episode. I need to picture the things that I can from this week's episode and get listed. That's the next steps. But right now we have $1,287.09 in the challenge bank. We are well on our way to our $10,000 goal. I'm excited, a little bit stressed, but mostly excited. So let me get to work on this, and I will catch you guys next week on another episode of the $5 Thrift Challenge. Bye.